welcome to the Center Street Streetscape Update number 6. We're back again to give you these updates, and joining me here in the studio to my right is Julie Metz. She's the director of the Downtown Development Corporation. To my left is Mark Beach. He is the project manager for T.A. Loving, who is heading up construction on this project. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you.
Glad to have you both here in the studio.
Great to be here.
Absolutely ready to get moving again. Mark, what's happening right there on Center Street?
Well, I'll tell you what, we can't complain about the weather. We've had great weather the whole time we've been out there working pretty much. The rain hadn't held us up, so we're moving along pretty good. We've got the sidewalk in on the first block. We'll complete the sidewalk Wednesday night on the second block. We demoed the curb and gutter and the pavers in the first block. We'll be moving on with that in the second block over the next couple weeks. We'll also we have been installing the electrical conduit for hookups to the buildings in the first block. That will continue on into the second block. And we've got the water line completed now. We've pressure tested it, and we're getting ready to sanitize it so that we can get ready to start making connections to the buildings.
So as you said, the sidewalks have been completed on the first block.
The concrete sidewalks,
The concrete
yes.
sidewalks.
Right.
So has the fence, the orange fence, been taken down in front of those businesses?
As far as we are using that as a barrier
Right.
to keep people from the fence to the buildings on the concrete sidewalk now. So, but that's what we're using as our barrier going down through there.
Okay. One of the things that we have been asked several times as the people ride by and drive by and see the fences, multiple fences up, they say, well, are the businesses accessible? Are they open? Can we get to them? What is your answer?
Yes, now, especially in the first block, you don't have any fencing that directs you to the door. It's just wide open the whole way down the block. And on the second block, it's pretty much open, and it will be completely open through by Thursday morning. So you'll be able to walk from one end to the other all the way down on the new sidewalk and be able to walk right into the buildings.
So that's what, November 6th?
5th.
5th?
We'll complete it on 5th. Thursday's the 6th, yes,
Okay.
when they'll be able to go in.
Now, Mark, has anybody scratched in their initials or anything into the concrete yet?
Just Kim.
I was tempted to the other day when I was walking down, but it looks so nice. I
No,
didn't
we
want to
haven't
ruin
had anybody do that yet, which I'm surprised, but no,
I'm
there
kind of
isn't.
surprised too.
Yeah.
So when do you do a lot of the pouring of the concrete?
Most of it's been during the daytime because we've had such good weather. And then the ones where we have businesses that are open, if they don't open till late afternoon, we try to get theirs poured first thing in the morning, so it's set up, and we put in some type of an access so that they can get in over the concrete. It's hard by then, we just don't want them walking on it because it
Right.
might damage it. But then the ones that are open during the day and close in the evening, we're waiting until they close, then we come in and tear it out and put the new concrete in after their hours, and then when they come in the next morning, it's set up enough that they can go across it.
Well, I've heard from many merchants that are in the construction zone, and they very much appreciate how much you've been flexible in laying that concrete when they're closed, so they're completely accessible during business hours. So it's
Well,
been
the
great.
whole project has been really focused on trying to be as merchant-friendly as possible.
Absolutely.
And customer-friendly as possible. And you all have done such a great job working individually with each merchant, making sure they're aware of what's happening, how it will affect their business, and asking them, is there anything you can do to make it better? So thank you for that. We appreciate it. Before we move on to what we're going to see in the next 2 weeks in details of that, Julie, can you give us any feedback on what we're doing to help and assist merchants during this process?
Well, just like Mark said, I mean, the biggest thing is working with their schedule to lay the concrete down for the sidewalk, so they have their customers always have access to the businesses throughout the hours. That's been the biggest part. But our office is working with them to promote the fact that the businesses are open through Facebook, Instagram, our website. And we're also, one thing that we're doing differently for the holiday season is we generally usually have a storefront window contest. But instead we wanted to create a reason to get customers into the businesses specifically, directly into the businesses. So we're doing something different. We're going to have a 4-foot elf. If you're familiar with the elf on the shelf, we're going to have a 4-foot elf. His name is Jolly McJingle.
Jolly McJingle.
And he is going to be patronizing a business every day during the month of December. And our office will post trivia questions each day to try to give you a clue as to where Jolly McJingles is located that day. And then the first customer that goes down to that business and takes a selfie with them and the elf call it take a selfie with the Elfie. They'll get some downtown dollars to reward them for their effort. And so I think it's going to be about $10 in downtown dollars that they can
Nice.
spend in any downtown business. And then those businesses will exchange those vouchers
Right.
to our office for the actual cash. So we'll be looking for that December 1. That's a way
Jolly
for us
Jingle,
to
December the
generate
1st.
generate traffic into the downtown businesses to prove to people that they're completely accessible,
Right.
Particularly during this holiday
Well, and
season.
taking the selfies and putting them out there will show.
We hope so. I think it'll be a fun effort. So,
So this is basically on Facebook and on Instagram? Mm-hmm. Okay.
yep.
So if you have not liked the Downtown Goldsboro Facebook page, do that so you can participate in this promotion for downtown businesses. And that'll be something fun and just playful during the holidays to get people downtown and excited about shopping, because we have some tremendous shops downtown.
We do.
You know, if you haven't been downtown in a while, you need to come on down and walk up and down these streets and see for yourself. We've had 2 brand new ones open in the last couple of weeks, haven't
We
Julie?
have had 2 new ones open up in the project site. Ed's opened at 103 North Center Street in the former Central Lynch building that most people recognize and are familiar with.
And what is Ed's?
Ed's is a fabulous restaurant open at dinner time. They have everything from fillets to shrimp and grits. That's
wow.
my favorite. Great appetizers, soups and salads, and a full array of entrees. And they're open in the evenings for dinner and drinks. And it's a great casual restaurant with a really neat ambiance, unique to
Nice.
downtown. And so Ed has been very excited. He's been busy every day that he's opened. And then also just one building north of him is Town's Antiques. They opened last week. It's a great antique store. Wendy and Denny Town moved here about 6 years ago as part of the neighborhood plan. And they just purchased this building last year and now make it their antique store. So we're excited, 2 new businesses in the project site, both reporting great sales and great customers. So we're excited for them.
So that tells a lot right there.
It does.
Right in the middle of this project, we have 2 businesses opening up in the middle of the construction site. Business is still going quite well.
Right.
And what does that say about Goldsboro?
Well, I can't tell you how busy our office has been in the last several months with new potential investors, new potential businesses, or even existing property owners that are now seeing, a change in the environment. One of our probably longest time property owners in downtown came to my office a couple weeks ago, and probably the first time he's ever been in my office, and just wanted to get a little better understanding of what's going on, what we see happening in the next 5 years, who's been the most interested, what that person demographically looks like, what they're interested in. So it's been interesting in our office recently, and it's all because of the Tiger projects, the city commitment to downtown. The council made it one of their top 4 priorities in the last 2 years. So we're starting to see the benefits from it.
Yes, we are. And as we move forward with this, we're going to continue to see more and more growth. And I truly believe, and I believe you do as well, along with our city officials, what we're doing downtown, what our community has backed and is promoted and is taking part in downtown is really, truly going to change a lot of things about our community, not just downtown,
Right.
but our community as a whole.
Well, we don't, a lot of people suspect that, I'm only for downtown because that's my job, but I really see downtown being the venue to help better the entire community. That's where we have the greatest opportunity. That's where we've had the greatest challenges. So you just need to turn those challenges into opportunities and really build the tax base here. And that's what the city council and the city leaders have been really strategic in doing, figuring out which public investments will then spur, additional private investments. And so that's been our 6-7 year planning process, and now we're just now starting to experience the results of it.
And
So
we're expecting more and more businesses to continue to want to come downtown. And someone made a comment once and referred to downtown in every community as the living room to your house. And I'll never forget that, because they said if you don't take care of your living room, imagine what the rest of your house looks like.
right,
And I thought, my goodness, that really kind of hit home. And we are truly now taking care of our living room and making it an exciting and livable and comfortable place to be
Right.
for the future of Goldsboro.
yeah, and industry leaders. I'm an economic developer, but my trade is not industry development. But Joanna Helms and other industry leaders across the state will tell you one of the first places potential industries go to in a community when they're scouting out project sites is the downtown. And if the downtown doesn't speak to them, if it looks weak, they're generally not interested in locating to that. So, you know, it's all reciprocal, and it depends on a lot of things to make your community great. So
Absolutely.
downtown's just a part of it.
Just a piece of the puzzle, right?
Right.
Well, as we move forward these next 2 weeks, what is the community going to be seeing? Give us a few more details, and then we'll talk about, give us a sneak peek into the whole next month.
The main thing is right now, over the next month or so, you don't see a whole lot because it's all underground. And I think the people will start getting really excited when the finishes start coming in and they start seeing it take shape of what it's going to look like further down the road. We're going to be continuing with sidewalks. We'll be down in the 3rd block, putting in the right-of-way curb, putting in the sidewalks down there. We're going to start making connections to the electrical power to the buildings in the 1st block, continue with conduit and boxes in the sidewalks going down in the 2nd block so that we can prepare for connections there as we go on. We'll be connecting the water lines in the 1st block, getting the water service to the existing customers, and that will free us up to be able to, once we get that done, we can come in and start putting the new curb and gutter in and then start working some finishes coming down through there. You're still not going to see those for a while yet. It's going to look the same for probably another month and a half, 2 months, as far as seeing, you know, a whole lot going on that's different. But then it'll start taking shape right around the 1st of the year as far as finishes on that first and 2nd, 3rd blocks, and then in preparation for moving over to the other side.
As you guys are moving forward in the next few weeks, there will be a few intersection closings for a short period of time. Can you tell me more about that?
We'll be making the water line connections to the new service that we've put through there. So we'll have to do that in each intersection. We won't close the entire intersection down in all of them. It'll be open up to traffic. We'll have flagmen out there to flag traffic around the area where we're working, where it's off to the side. Now there is one that's out in the middle of the intersection, which I believe that's Mulberry, so that one will be a little bit different.
Okay.
But we'll be letting everybody know as far as in advance what it is we're looking to do, and whether it's going to be a total shutdown or whether it'll be flagmen working the lane, keeping you going through there. But we'll be making water connections for the new services to be tied in.
So everybody just hold tight. Be a lot of work going on underground. Things are happening.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, the 1st of the year, we're going to start visually being able to see what you all have been doing.
Yep.
Perfect.
From the layman, it doesn't look like a lot, like Mark said, but you know, we have visits every month from FTA monitoring our Tiger project, and we just had a visit last week. And the gentleman who is our, you know, monthly visit person, he's an engineer by trade, and
Tell us what FTA is.
Federal Transit Administration, and that's who is monitoring our Tiger project. So he was really excited, you know, from an engineering kind of geek perspective.
Oh, yes.
He was all excited about the amount of work that had transpired since he was here last month. He was very satisfied with it.
The project completion date, once again, is
November of 2015.
2015.
And as of now, they're a week ahead of schedule, so that's great.
Excellent. Now, coming up, we're going to have 2 parades that will be taking place, and typically they'll happen on Center Street. So there will be some changes. Let's first talk about the Veterans Day Parade, which will be November the 11th.
Right. And it's going to, I can't tell you the exact route now, but it will be on John and William Street and go around the Memorial Park. So we'll be posting the
It's
route.
on the city's website and Facebook page.
And so should be no conflict with the construction site in the area on Center Street. So that should go smoothly. And the other event that's coming up is the Christmas Parade.
That's right, the Goldsboro Christmas Parade. We're always excited to have that downtown.
And that's the first Saturday of December. It begins
4
at 4
o'clock.
p.m. And there is going to be a slight change in the route, but pretty similar to how it's happened before. The start point for all the floats will be the same, Chestnut Street, and so and then just follow, you know, the leader of the parade. And so we've been working with TA Loving to figure out how that's going to be. One change for people that are coming to see the parade is that they're not going to be able to park on Center Street. So they're going to have to park in one of the parking lots. You can go to the website, the city's website. We have all those public parking spots available on a map for you to be able to figure out where you need to be. Or you can park on one of the side streets.
Right. And the reason behind not being able to park on Center Street is what reason?
Well, we need enough room for the floats and the band or the parade participants to be able to safely go through the center.
Transport and make their turns and all of that.
Right.
So vehicles will not be allowed on Center Street during the hours of the Christmas parade.
Right.
But you can park in all the different parking lots, and like Julie said, there are places on our website that tells you exactly where all the parking lots are, public parking, and side streets, of course.
Right.
But the meeting place for the Christmas parade is the same on
Right.
Chestnut Street.
Exactly.
Perfect. We have the application as well as the maps. That any details regarding the Christmas parade will be on the city's website today, matter of fact.
Right, and I think the theme of the Christmas parade is a white Christmas.
Yes, it is.
So
Yes, it
maybe
is.
we'll have one, considering the weather, how the weather
You
has
never
been
know.
lately.
Some people have already had snow.
I know.
That's right.
A lot
You
of
never
it,
know.
too.
Yeah, up in the mountains, North
Yep.
Carolina mountains, it's amazing how we can change from day to day here in North Carolina.
Yes, we can.
That's the benefits of living in the middle of a state
It's
like
got to be
this.
flexible, huh?
That's right. That's
But we
right.
will be having, we have another event coming up, our Downtown Lights Up.
That's right.
It is November 25th. It's always the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, and we are actually bringing in snow to assure that we have snow for that event. And it'll be in the center median across the street from City Hall. We'll also, have the typical characters there, the Grinch
That's
and
right.
Santa, and you can take pictures with Santa in a sleigh ride, and we'll have some local community entertainment there to celebrate the holiday season. It's the first official event of the city to kick off the season. So
You know, that is one of the most special nights of the year, to me personally, during the holidays, is when we flip those lights on, downtown lights up, and it sort of officially starts the season, the
Right.
holiday season. And that night is filled with entertainment and excitement, trolley rides. So it's just really a fun, engaging night, and we want to invite you to come down and tell us that date one more time, Julie.
it's November 25th, and it begins at 5 p.m.
That's a Tuesday night?
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, and the mayor will flip the switch on the lights promptly at
The
5:30.
water tower lights up.
The water tower, the magnolia tree, the lights in front of City Hall, and then all the decorations on the side street will turn on as well.
Exactly
So we're
right.
excited, and we'll have 2 trolleys that night to help accommodate the crowd that we anticipate. We generally have over 2,000 people come and attend this event, so we're excited.
We'd invite you to come down. So there's 3 things happening. November 11th, we have the Veterans Day Parade. November the, what is the?
5th is the first December, or the first Saturday in December,
is the Christmas parade, and then lights up downtown November the
25th.
25th. 3 things happening in the next few weeks. Love to have you there. Guys, thank you so much for being with us today and continuing to update all the different things that are happening downtown in our community. Exciting things continue to happen.
We're excited.
Thanks.
Everybody, please remember you can visit the city's website, goldsboronc.gov, for information about all of these topics. Of course, the Streetscape button is right there on our homepage. Tells you all the details of what's happening regarding Streetscape, including all the past videos. Love to have you also follow the city's Facebook page as well as Downtown Goldsboro's Facebook page for daily activities that are happening right here in our community. And this is all happening today. This is the update number 6.